Hi everybody, I'm Skylar with Spokane's Interfaith Council, and today we're visiting Spokane's Jewish community at Temple Beth Shalom. So let's go in and check it out. Spokane's first recorded Jewish citizen came to the area in 1879 and was later joined by many other Jewish merchants. In 1892, Spokane's Jewish community built the first synagogue in Washington state called Temple Emmanuel on 3rd Avenue in Madison. Later in 1901, a community of Orthodox Jews built another temple, Knesset Israel Synagogue, on 4th Avenue and Adams Street. The Jewish community made major contributions to Spokane's economy by bringing in outside capital, donating generously to local charities, and starting local businesses. In 1966, both congregations decided to merge and build a new synagogue together. Temple Beth Shalom was dedicated in 1969 and is still a home for the largest Jewish community in Spokane today. The temple has services Friday night at 6 p.m. and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Both services are open to the public. Generally, services are held in the chapel to provide a more intimate setting for the service. During larger services and holidays, the main sanctuary is used instead.
So our typical services are Sabbath services. So we have a Friday evening service that's about an hour, and that has a mixture of Hebrew and English, primarily in Hebrew, but a little bit of English as well. And then our Saturday morning services are about 2.5 hours to 3 hours long, and those are primarily in Hebrew.
In the front entrance, there are kippots or yarmulkes available for guests. The kippot is a sign of respect to God and should be worn before entering the prayer space.
In our synagogue today, both men and women wear them, and they're really a symbol of respect for God and respect for the synagogue space itself. So in Jewish tradition, we cover our heads in order to respect God, as opposed to the way it works in general American culture, where you might be asked to take off your cap. In Jewish tradition, you're invited to cover your head as that sign of respect.
Some members of the congregation may be wearing white prayer shawls called tallits. These are a traditional garb worn during worship. The tallit is for members of the Jewish community and should not be worn by guests. A typical service at Temple Beth Shalom has many different components. You can expect songs, readings in both English and Hebrew, and a traditional liturgy. Feel free to follow along and participate as you feel comfortable.
The three main parts of the service, where we have the shacharit, which is the beginning service, and then the Torah service, where we take the scroll out and read it, and then the Musaf service, which is kind of the cool down phase.
Some other experiences that you might have during the service is, as I said, having the prayer book that goes right to left, the service mostly in Hebrew. We do stand and sit at various different times in the service and bow and go up on our toes, and all of those are specific ritual moments. So when you're a newcomer to a synagogue service, there's no expectation that you know all the traditions or all the rituals or all the liturgy. Whether you're Jewish or not Jewish, we have lots of people who are in the process of learning. And in fact, in Jewish tradition, we say we expect people to be lifelong learners. There's always more to study in the Torah.
The amazing thing is that most people here are so happy and willing to give you information. If you want to understand a prayer better or understand what's going to happen and what your role in it should be, all you have to do is ask someone.
As a sign of respect, whenever the ark at the front of the room is open, remain standing until the Torah scroll has been returned to the ark and is closed.
Specifically, we always stand when the ark is open. It's a way, again, of showing respect to the Torah and respect for God. And in a morning service, we also take the Torah scrolls out from the ark and walk them around the sanctuary and then open them up and read from them during the service.
After the service, there is a social time with food. This is a great time to meet congregants, make new friends, and ask questions. A visit to Temple Beth Shalom for any of their services is a great way of getting connected with your Jewish neighbor and the Jewish community here in Spokane. Until next time, I'm Skylar Obers reminding you to meet your neighbors.